Yeah, there's been some reporting of ritual killings lately.
Yes, 1000%.
Yeah, but do you think Nigerian music is responsible for some of these things, ritual killings, cultism?
People have been talking like entertainment in general has been responsible, is responsible for some of the vices in Nigeria, like armed robbery, cultism, yahoo, and ritual killings, especially ritual killings recently and kidnapping. People talk like the only reason why people are doing some of these things is because they saw it or they heard it in a song, or because they saw it on a TV station, or because they saw it in a movie. People talk like the only place that could influence people to do these things is when they hear it in a song, or when they watch it in a movie and they go research about it. People talk like if the NBC were to ban like some of this content from music, movies, and maybe TV shows, that suddenly the rate of crime in Nigeria will suddenly go down. And first things first, it's ignorant, it's dishonest, and it's just downright laughable and weird. Because if Nigeria were to, NBC were to take down like a movie like Living in Bondage or Naira Marley's Am I a Yahoo Boy over the next 20 to 30 years, I can guarantee you 1000%, I can guarantee you that the rate of these things is probably going to keep skyrocketing if poverty levels in Nigeria keep rising. Do you know why? For the past, since 1999, NBC has incredibly regulated content on Nigerian radio. Censors board. Do you remember when we used to watch movies like the early 90s, when we have like the censors board, stuff like they would maybe accredited by the censors board or something, Nigerian censors. Do you guys remember that stuff? Nigerian censors board. You remember that's it, right? They did those things for a long time. NBC has been regulating words like fuck, shit, alcohol on Nigerian radio. Are people talking about those things now? Does your 2-year-old know what alcohol is? Does your 10-year-old say fuck in school, not in your presence? Do people say shit by the time they are 15? The kid that was born in 1999 is going to be 23 this year. Are you telling me that a 23-year-old doesn't know what fuck is? I mean, Nigerian radio censors some of these things, right? Soapy was not played on Nigerian radio. But do you think your kids are saying that? Do you think your kids say fuck? It's dishonest in the sense that the greatest influence for your child is society. I am not saying entertainment is not complicit. No, that's not what I'm saying. But let's stop being dishonest and ignorant by putting everything at the root of entertainment. Look at it this way. It's a top-down, it's a bottom-up approach, not a top-down approach. Bottom-up in the sense that society influences content in media and songs. Songs don't influence society. They don't create things, standards that society adheres to. It doesn't work like that. If it works like that, it means that some of the things that society creates, in the sense that maybe Superman or vampires, why are people not trying to be vampires? Why? Why are people not trying to be werewolves? Why is someone not trying to be Superman? I mean, it's movies. Are they not movies? Some people are saying, oh, hip-hop influenced people. When people started listening to hip-hop, when Nelly wore Air Force Ones, that's the reason why people started wearing Air Force Ones. When people started to wear baggy jeans, that's when people started wearing baggy jeans. It's stupid. It's a lie. Do you know why? It's a lie because the only reason 50 Cent started wearing baggy jeans was because someone in real life wore it first. That's all. If 50 Cent likes, let him go and wear 72 baggy jeans. Most people are not going to buy stuff because they saw it in an ad. It doesn't work like that. The advertising or an ad placement is meant to implant the product in your psyche, so that the next time you are buying something, you might consider, not that you will. It doesn't work like you will. So it doesn't. It's dishonest. The long and short of this is this. A lot of people in Nigerian society, look at Nigerian society for example, poverty reigns supreme. The average Nigerian, studies over the past 5 years, several studies have revealed that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Not the poverty capital of the world. And where there's a lot of poverty, where there's a lot of strife and struggle, vices tend to lock in those places. Or a place where it's either those places or in places where there's a lot of protectionism, where you are protecting your family and your children from knowing what is going on in real life. By the time they're ready to go out there, they want to exploit in full force because you have protected them from it. Now, because there's a lot of poverty in this country, people want to ascend, people want to get out, people want to do better, people want a sense of belonging, people want to make money. That's why a lot of these things are happening. What do you expect the average kid who grew up in Musha Agege? All his friends, all his heroes, his older brothers, they did yahoo, they are cultists, they did rituals to get rich. Those are his heroes. Those are the people that are influencing his life, not music videos. Music videos can make you dream, but the most logical person knows that a music video, you know that some of the things you are seeing, most people are never going to attain it in their lives. People that you see in your life, your heroes, your older brothers, your friends, the things that they are doing, by the time they do it and they succeed, you also want to do it. We saw all these things in uni. Do you know the amount of people that started Yahoo in uni because their friends were doing it? Tell me one person that you know that started Yahoo because this is a Normally song. Tell me one person. Tell me one person that went and researched ritual killings after he saw I Can't See Myself by Basket Mouth. Tell me one. Tell me one person. Tell me one person that explored ritual killings after they were living in bondage. Society can only document what's been happening already. I mean, entertainment, movies, music can only document what's been happening. Now, they can be reference points for things. They can reinforce things. I'm not saying they're not complicit. They can reinforce some of this phenomenon. They can reiterate it to people, but they are not to blame. If we take the content out today, if we take rituals from Nigerian movies and say communist China, look at communist China for example. Do you know how stringent the rules are? Are people still making pornography? Go to X videos now. Let's see Chinese porn there. It's a fact. Korea is one of the most, it's an authoritarian, it's fascist. In fact, I read an article some weeks ago where they were trying to jail people for wearing the same outfits as Kim Jong-un. Now, do you know the standards of morality that people adhere to in that place? Are you going to tell me that porn is not abolished in those places? But guess what? They are still making porn. I was watching a Chinese movie about ritual killings. Do you think that their censors board approved it? It's dishonest. And a lot of the things that you're blaming people for, as much as music might glorify some of these things, movies do not. Every movie where you watch an armed robber, a cultist, a ritualist, whatever, in 99% of those movies, it doesn't end well for them. Does it? It never ends well for those guys. It's either one of them catches HIV and dies, or the pastor comes on there and starts praying and the person goes mad. Bro, they are there. But does that stop anybody from not doing some of those things? So if you are going to blame some of these movies, you have to keep it 100. Because they judge some of these in these movies. So how can you say if I'm so influential on people, why am I only influencing the negative side? It makes no sense that you are putting all the blame on my feet. Game, an American rapper, he saw his mother and his father prepare for a drive-by shooting. Do you think it's a coincidence that he became a member of the Bloods? A lot of people that grew up in Compton, most of the rappers that you know that grew up in Compton, which one of them is not a member of a gang? Do you think it's because they watched YG? You think that's why they are members of the Bloods? Do you think people started having sex because they heard they decided having premarital sex and decided saying Motin White and decided giving people from behind because of Naira Marley's coming? Let's try and be honest with ourselves, and that's facts for me.